training. And at every graduation, a representative of the training troop is chosen to speak on their behalf. The class speaker for the 121st Training Troop is Trooper Trainee Derek Schmidt. The experience of the 121st Training Troop can be summed up into a quote. Success is not measured by what you accomplish, but by the opposition you have encountered and the courage with which you have maintained the struggle against overwhelming odds. The 121st Training Troop faced much opposition prior to the Academy in the application process, but much more during the 28 weeks at the Academy. We became united by our shared perseverance and remaining courageous in overcoming all obstacles. Getting tasered, OC sprayed, and the gas chamber were all overcome by a unified courage exhibited by each recruit. Our experience at the Academy has taught us the style unique to the Connecticut State Police to overcome any opposition, any adversity, and any obstacle. Tradition. This tradition is the core of the Connecticut State Police, as it is the spirit of each trooper. Tradition is inspiration which has its source from an honorable and noble cause. A source which allows men and women to do great things they thought were impossible. Other things, high scores at the firing range, exceptional test grades, and natural excitement, may lead men and women to accomplish great deeds. When complacency enters life, one is only as victorious in encountering this apathy in proportion to the unflinching tradition that forged that individual. The appreciation and comprehension of belonging to something greater than self, of belonging to a fellowship that reaches far beyond any one person's capability, cultivates in the human heart the courage to reach beyond one's perceived limits. The 121st Training Troop's lesson in tradition was not taught by reading a red AccuPress binder. This tradition was taught through memorial plaques and guidelines of previous training troops. Most noticeably, memorials to selfless troopers lay witness to the great and rich history of the Connecticut State Police. Marching boots were not the only sounds resonating in Echo Hallway. The virtuous lesson of tradition is carried by the quiet whispers of troopers from the past, the exemplary standard of those in the present, and especially the ultimate sacrifice made by 21 troopers. In heroic actions, something remains unwavering. Over time, death beckons. Generations pass, and end of watches befall heroes. But their spirits dwell perpetually to consecrate and inspire those about to serve. Troopers from different training troops and generations are heart-drawn to these 21 troopers that have paid the ultimate price. We learn from them that great things may be accomplished through sacrifice. The 121st Training Troop had a solemn lesson of what it means to be forged by tradition on September 2nd, 2010. TFC Kenneth Hall showed the greatest love and example of tradition by laying down his life for his family, friends, and the Connecticut State Police. The day that this tragic accident happened, we gathered in Echo Hallway to proclaim the Code of Honor. we knew he and the 20 other troopers that have gone before him were there avowing it with us. TFC Hall, a Marine and a trooper, gave his life helping the people of Connecticut. We will never forget TFC Hall and what he has done to fortify the tradition of the Connecticut State Police. The 121st Training Troop promises this: we will never forget that valuable lesson we learned on that day. We will run into chaos, havoc, and adversity because he was the bravest of the brave. We will bear any burden, overcome any hardship, and perhaps pay the ultimate price to ensure the survival of the Connecticut State Police. TFC Hall answered the questions so many ask. How can you run towards the gunfire or make traffic stops on highways where people have no regard for your safety? TFC Hall lay silent witness to that answer: courage. The 121st Training Troop will be as brave as TFC Hall. As we enter into this sacred fellowship, we will not mourn, but celebrate the life of this brave trooper and the tradition he has passed on to us. My brothers and sisters of the 121st Training Troop, it will be in our hands that these sacred trusts of the tradition of the Connecticut State Police will be committed. Do not forget, but always remember that we are heirs to the eternal tradition of the Connecticut State Police. Our guidon and the flag of the Connecticut State Police will be a beckoning symbol of strength for all human eyes in many years and many good fights to come. Troopers will love it, glorify it, and die for it, rather than swerve from the path of duty. Let all those in the state of Connecticut know that a new generation of troopers is being entrusted with the tradition of this great agency. This new generation will conduct themselves so as to uphold the honor of the department. We will ensure the success of the Connecticut State Police and will always be borne onward to its destiny. In the face of adversity and the shock of disasters, we will move forward, and another generation of troopers will emerge, forged by tradition. Thank you.
Thank you, Trooper Trainee Smith. It is an academy tradition for the training troop to make a presentation to the Training Academy staff. The members of the 121st Training Troop, in continuing this tradition, have requested